Hey guys, today I'm just going to do a video on my kayaking setup. Quite a bit of gear involved. So this is the Profish reload, this is the rudder, the starport and carry handles, scupper plug, drainage plug, the rear well, surf strap, 4 flush mount rod holders, and 2 hatches with lids, and this is where you sit. These here are the bungees for securing a paddle, carry handles, another hatch in front. This is the pin for securing tackle pod, and these are the rod holders in front. Here's the pedals for your rudder. Here's the large front hatch. These are the front bungees for securing rods if you're going through the surf. These grooves here, the rods fit into the grooves. And this is the front lifting handle. It's the running rig there. Which you use for moving anchors from front to back. Okay, so first up is my Okuma Citrix Katano combo, which I use for micro jigging. Usually use around 20 gram jigs like this one. It's a 2-piece, 7-foot rod. Next is my mechanical jigging rod. Got a Catch Pro Series 500 reel, and I've got the Jigstar Katana Nano rod. Usually run around 200 to 400 gram jigs on this. This is the Shimano Stratic 4000 CEI4. I've got 15 pound braid on it. And I'm using a Shimano Chaos 7 to 28 gram, 6 to 15 pound. 2-piece again. And that's got a usually like a 1/2 ounce jig head with that. And this is my other soft baiting setup. It's a little bit heavier than the Shimano. This is the Penn Slammer 3500, which is quite a heavy duty. Nice big handle. 20 pound braid on this one. 6 to 10 kilo. Yeah, 5/8 on this one. And that's the join in the rod there. So that's a probably upper mid range in the price. Okay, so this one is my heavy spin combo, which I use mostly for live baiting. Got 50 pound line on, braid, and 100 pound trace. Daiwa Saltist Nero 4500. It's heavy duty stuff. And rod is the Daiwa Saltist Hyper 792. And it's a real nice rod, heaps of grunt. And the last one is my good old Shimano bait runner for stray lining. And I've got a bit of a 2-hook rig going on there. The ratings on this one is 5 to 25 kg. Wow. Right, so here's the tackle pod. And I've got this Railblazer starport dash track thing with 2 rod holders and a GoPro holder in the middle. And I've got a starport which that goes in. And this is my fish finder cradle. And I've got the Garmin EcoMap 5-inch model. It's got a handy button for marking sign if you come over some sign. Terminals, I like to keep them coated in some kind of grease to keep the salt out. And I've got this cover which I still don't know how to fit. So that is going to be, when I figure out how to get it on, that'll be that'll be looking something like that. So in here, so I keep all my tackle, battery. Yeah, I just had all these replaced because they were all corroded and my fish finder wasn't working properly. Normally I would take with me your VHF knife, at least one knife. Probably some heavy line and some lighter line. Spike. Putting the fish to sleep quickly and humanely. Nice camera stuff. So this is the little, it's about the size of the tackle the box that I take. Just full of jig heads and little sinkers and hooks for bait fishing, but mostly jig heads. Got 1 ounce down to 1/4 ounce in there. It's double sided, and on the other side I've got sort of like micro jigs and scoots in there, swivels, a couple of scoots that I made. Yep, jig heads with various colours. It's like a 40 gram flat full jig. Go in there. And soft baits. We take a few packets with different colours in there. Sometimes I take this box full of bigger lures. Now, look at this. This cool new one that I haven't even used yet. It's got stuff inside it that moves around. Triple hooks, 200 gram jig from Caveman. Cheers, Kev. Lip gripper with me. You don't want to have it too crowded in here. Leave a bit of room so I can unclip the fish finder. The surf's up, just put that in. It's got a cover that I can put on top of it, and then I can lock that in, and then I can paddle out through the surf. And even if I flip over, this will stay closed, and I won't lose my fish finder. So, alright, that's my net. Nothing special about it, it's just a net. It's quite big. You can fit quite a big fish in it, so it's retractable. It comes in handy. I have lost quite a few fish at the side of the kayak because I didn't use the net, especially trevally. So yeah, that's the net. Chill pod, onboard chili bin for the fish with lid. It's quite a nice accessory to have. You can fill it up with salt ice. Once you start catching, just put them in there on the ice and they're just in perfect condition. Might also put my drift anchor in there. Might have a drink bottle, put a drink bottle in there as well, and maybe my anchor when I'm bait fishing. Put that in there. There's my paddle. My amazing 2-piece carbon fibre crankshaft paddle with large blades. Yeah, this is costs an arm and a leg, but it's a really nice to paddle with, so I think it's worth it. Adjustable, the angles. Yeah, I've done some miles with this. Some 2-hour paddles, no worries. And the wheels. These are the sea tug trolley with the sand wheels. Anchor and Burley Bag. This is my Burley setup. It's got 25 meters of line on there, so I can control the depth of my burley. A couple of 20 bombs in there. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is my anchor for bait fishing. If I want to anchor up, 4mm rope on a winder. And on the kayak end, it's got some. The kayak end, it's got stretchy cord and a float, so I can detach. If I need to detach quickly, I can just unclip and throw this into the water, and that will float on the surface so I can find it. And the other end is about 2 meters of medium heavy chain to keep it on the bottom, and the anchor is a folding 1.5 kilo grapnel rigged for the breakaway system. So the chain is attached at the top, and the chain runs down to this cable tie, which is designed to break. If you pull it hard enough, this should break away, and then you can retrieve your anchor from pulling from the top. Okay, so it's fully rigged up. Everything's fitted now, it's ready to go. The specs on the yak is length 4.5 meters, width 750 millimeters, and weight 30 kilos. Outer layer stuff there, just lightweight, waterproof stuff, water resistant stuff. Then I've got my shark skin mid layer stuff, or base layer, which is really nice gear, quite pricey, but keeps you pretty warm out there in a cold day. Life jacket, it's a special kayaking type with the arm relief for paddling and lots of pockets on the front, and that's my hat with the full face cover on it, and the buff like a face mask, and also have the socks, sharkskin socks as well, good for the cold days. The kayak's on the car, so you want to get your tyres as close as you can to the scuppers because that's reinforced. So I'll go and show you how I do mine. This roof rack here is lined up with that scupper there, and this rack is lined up with those ones there. So if you that tire's going over right along with the scupper. I usually take this out when I'm travelling, just to create some air release inside. You can even get away with opening the front hatch, release the heat from inside. So that's my couple of tips I picked up from owning the Reload for a while, just to keep it in good shape. This is where my kayak lives. I've got a heavy tarp which I pull down over the top to keep off the sun, and I've made a couple of wooden holder shelves, just pretty basic, just screwed in there. I've got a piece in the middle and it's all glued around the post, and just a stopper on the end and one on that post. And so here's the sponge that I use to cushion it. If you can keep your kayak off the ground, that's a good idea. This is my spare kayak, that's off the ground as well, on some sponge there. So I'll go and grab the Reload and chuck it in here. Hope you enjoyed that vid, and I'll see you soon.